Welcome back, fourth grade mathematicians. This is Mrs. Bro with your Error Analysis Reteach lesson for today. Today we are looking at standard 4OA1, which has to do with multiplicative compare. This is a hard one. Today we're going to be jumping into our review, and we're going to start with talking about multiplicative compare. Let's see what you remember from earlier in the year. What is multiplicative compare? If you said that multiplicative compare problems are problems that show a relationship where something is a number times as many or a number times fewer than something else. Basically, multiplicative compare problems show a multiplicative relationship, either more or less. Let's look at this problem and see if we can look at these two pieces of student work. The problem's a little bit small, so I'll annotate it while I read. A soccer coach spent 4 times as much money on snacks as she did on water bottles. She spent $23 on snacks. She spent $5.75 on water bottles. Enter a multiplication equation that represents this situation. Again, this is a multiplicative compare problem. Let's look at the work of student A and the work of student B. Which one do you agree with, student A or student B? If you agreed with student A, you're correct. Let's see what student B did that got them off track. Student B was incorrect because they did not correctly identify the multiplicative comparison. You can see that their equation here says 4 times S. I guess that means snacks is equal to water. 4 times snacks is equal to water. That means 4 times $23 is equal to $5.75. We know this is incorrect because if we multiply 4 times 23, we're going to get a number that's way bigger than $5.75. So student B reversed the relationship. Student B is incorrect. Let's look at what made student A correct. Student A recognized the multiplicative relationship of the snacks and the water. They also wrote down the information from the problem. Snacks, S, is equal to $23. Water bottles is equal to $5.75. The problem tells us that the soccer coach spent 4 times as much money on snacks as on water bottles. The problem tells us that snacks cost $23 and water bottles cost $5.75. Since snacks is the larger number, 4 times the water bottles is equal to the snacks. So 4 times $5.75 is equal to 23. This makes more sense. Snacks is the larger number, so it becomes our product in this relationship. Multiplicative is difficult because you have to remember which one is the larger number and which one is the smaller number. This 4 here is your multiplier. 4 times as much money. That's what you're multiplying by. How can we make sure that we correctly identify the multiplicative relationship in a problem in the future? We can make sure that we correctly identify the multiplicative relationship. That's a hard word. Say it to yourself. Multiplicative. It means we're going to multiply. We can make sure that we correctly identify the multiplicative relationship by labeling which value is more and which value is less. By labeling which value is more and which value is less, you can see that student A wrote down the information from the problem. Snacks is equal to 23. Water bottles is equal to 575. Student A recognized that 23 was larger than 575. So 23 had to go here. And 575 was going to be used with the multiplier, which was 4. We can use either multiplication or division to show how the items are related to each other. Student A used this way to write the equation. 4 times 575 is equal to 23. They could have also done 23 divided by 4 is equal to 575. We just want to make sure we don't get tricked here like student B did and try to multiply 4 times 23 to get that 575. If you're dividing, you're getting that smaller value. If you're multiplying, you're getting that larger value. That's why it's important to know which value is more and which value is less. If you have a copy of this packet, your next set of practice problems has to do with matching the correct statement with the correct equation. Let's look at one together. The first problem says 36 is 6 times more than n. If I write this as an equation, this is what I see. 36 is 6 times n. But when I look in the side column, I don't see anything that matches that. However, I could also write this as 36 divided by 6 is equal to n, in which case this would match this equation here. Again, if you have this copy, you can draw the lines. If you don't have it, you can just write your answers on a piece of lined paper. There are more practice problems in your packet, such as this one. Fatwa is 18. She is twice as old as her little brother, Mark. Which equation below describes their relationship? You have Fatwa. And she is twice as old, so 2 times her brother, Mark. Do you see that equation here? If you do, you can circle it. If you don't see it there, or if you don't have a copy of this, you might try to see if you can use a division equation to find one that matches. If you don't have a copy of this, you can just write your equation on a blank piece of paper. If you have questions, you can visit your teacher during office hours. These next two problems are part of your exit ticket. You can show your work on a piece of lined paper or on this page, and then you can fill out the Google form to turn in your exit ticket. Even though the last one is multiple choice, it's a good idea to write out the equation just as we have been in our examples so that you can see what it looks like to find that multiplicative compare relationship. Good luck with your problems today. Welcome back.